Under my wings, I can feel the air pulling me up as I leave there. Return to the tears, I can hear them say, written like a poem, but with broken wings. Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, so the last time we spoke I was telling you guys just how run down and drained I felt. I think not my last video because that was a haul, but the two before that, I was just feeling so drained. And I was telling you how I got a blood test, and so I got my blood test results back. I was a quarter of what you should be in B12, iron, and zinc. B12 and iron, they're obviously energy levels, and also zinc is like skin and tissue repair. Also makes you feel good. So it made so much sense why I was feeling the way I was feeling, sort of thing. And it made me happy because it would literally be 10 a.m. and I'd had my coffee and I'd had my breakfast, and I would have to go and lay on my bed because I just was feeling so exhausted. Obviously I'm very busy at the moment, so I kind of had a reason to, but I was in my head, I was like, Georgia, you are being so weak. What is wrong with you? So I'm glad something was actually wrong, if that makes sense. Anyway, I got a supplement from my naturopath. She was the one who did the results for me, and I've been on those for a week and I literally feel like a different human. And it's not so much that I'm so energized and I feel so good, but I just feel like myself. And it feels so good because, as you guys know, I'm usually a very really go-getter. I feel happy, I'm really positive. Very happy to update you guys on that one. And that's kind of if you are not feeling okay in something in your life, sometimes, yeah, you just kind of need to push through. We're not all gonna feel amazing all the time, of course. You go through different stages in your menstrual cycle and all that sort of stuff, but it just got to the point where I knew something was not right. And so I did something about it, and instead of guessing and going, oh, I might take this or I'll get on this supplement, I think it is so good to get a blood test and see exactly what you are low in. If you're just feeling really crap and you're something is wrong, I would listen to what your body is telling you and do something about it. Don't just guess, because now I literally feel 100 times better. Anyway, I'm going to have some breakfast because I'm starving. Oh my god, so have I told you about this? I think I put it on my Instagram, but maybe not on YouTube. But you know how I usually have these big bottles? I'm obsessed with them, yes. The same company, Real Active, have got the big bottles are 2.4, I think, and these are 1.4. So I love these for gym because they're just that little bit smaller, and they have a sippy cup, which I'm obsessed with. So I've got these new little water bottles that you would have seen me working out in, and also something something that I loved. So I found out the other day that Real Active actually give 10% of like their profits or earnings to a mental health charity, which I just think is just really beautiful. So I love supporting companies who are like into that sort of stuff. I usually try and have my bigger one like in the house, and then I leave one of these in my car for gym. And I do have a discount code for you guys on this, so I will leave it all in the description bar for you. Also guys, this is the Real Active towel that you would have seen me, so I love it. It has a little pocket where I put my keys, so it is so perfect for gym. Okay, I'm the worst YouTuber ever because I just made my smoothie bowl, completely forgot to film, but inside this is just frozen banana, frozen zucchini, coconut milk, or maybe a quarter avocado, and protein. I just used this protein. As you guys know, I usually prefer the salted caramel flavor. This is actually a really nice flavor. So it's like cacao hazelnut flavor. So it's very chocolatey, kind of like Ferrero Rocher, like that sort of flavor. It's very delicious. As always, I do have a discount code for that for you guys. Oh, and it's also got some peanut butter. So it's kind of like a chocolate peanut butter smoothie bowl. And I've just cut up some pecans and walnuts. Okay, so I'm actually about to meet one of my good friends for lunch. We haven't seen each other well, she's actually bringing my birthday present, and my birthday was in August. Like, that's how long we haven't seen each other. But before I meet her, I just wanted to go through something. So I've had quite a few questions about my ebook that is launching very soon. Date to be confirmed. It will be in the next couple of weeks. Basically, just sort of a bit more information about it. The recipes is giving you guys healthy alternative to like some of your favorite like naughty foods. Like, I don't like calling foods good or bad or anything like that. Not at all am I saying that these foods should be always swapped. So for example, in there's a lot of comfort foods like pizza and like cottage pie and like mac and cheese and kind of like stuff that I grew up on that I love, but sometimes aren't the healthiest. For years, I just completely cut out all those foods because I just thought I couldn't have them. And then when I started getting like all crafty in the kitchen, I started making just my favorite foods with a few little tweaks, a few little swaps. I'm not saying you shouldn't go eat the real thing. I would literally be lying to you if I was like, I never eat junk food, I never eat pizza. Like, guys, I'm a human, you guys are human. So sometimes we don't eat to nourish our bodies. Sometimes I like to call it like soul food, where it's like, I know my body won't necessarily feel good, but I'm around friends, or you know, like I'm with Tim, it's a special date, and that's like, it's food for my soul. It's like good for me because personally I've been in the space where I was obsessive and I would not eat anything bad, and for me personally that was not a good space. So even though my recipe ebook is giving you guys healthy alternatives, I do want to stress I'm not saying you should only eat these healthier alternatives. It's basically like, maybe you guys haven't thought of like some of these recipes, and honestly I like some of my recipes better than the real thing. And also lots of them are like pack filled with veggies, so, and like just like getting in different like vitamins and nutrients that are going to nourish your body. That's just explained a little bit more. And also something in it, something that you will like learn, and something I wanted to like educate a lot of people on, is just, yeah, like simple food swaps that you can make to make a delicious dish and still, you know, be nourishing your body, getting in vitamins and nutrients and all that sort of stuff. And basically something I wanted to do today is tell you some of the healthy swaps that I have made over the years, and just kind of why. Again, I'm not saying you always have to have this healthy alternative. Okay, so my first little swap I do is, you know, your normal table salt. I swap that for pink Himalayan salt. Table salt is very refined. It's a refined food, and it's very stripped of its minerals and nutrients that make salt good for you. Whereas this salt is all natural. They keep all the nutrients and minerals and all that good good stuff. Second is soy sauce. I love soy sauce, but when I did go to my naturopath, she said I probably shouldn't be having soy products. I also love soy milk, but she said I shouldn't be having soy products because soy does have estrogen in it, and lots of girls are quite dominant in estrogen, and it can just cause all sorts of problems. And obviously, if you are already a bit dominant in estrogen and then you're getting estrogen in from products, you're going to create that unbalance. I basically just try and stick away from soy products, not all the time, when I can. So I know there is tamari, which is like a gluten-free soy sauce, but something I've been using lately is coconut amino sauce. So this is made from coconuts, as you guessed it. Next up is cacao. Like personally, when I grew up, any sort of cooking, my mum would use cacao. Cocoa. Oh my god, I don't even know how to say it. It's C-O-C-O-A. I always get them very confused. So this cacao instead of cocoa, I think that's right. Basically, cocoa is stripped down. Again, kind of like the salt, like stripped down of like the vitamins and minerals that you could be getting. So definitely opt for cacao. It is a bit more bitter because cocoa, I'm pretty sure, has refined sugars in there too that makes it a bit sweeter. So this is a bit bitter, but then whenever I make my chocolate, I use this, and I also use like rice malt syrup or a sweetener. This is just basically the pure unrefined version. When I'm trying to buy products and food, I'm always looking for the pure unrefined version. So another swap is your sugars. So instead of just having white sugar, which is refined, it has no nutrients, I use like I use a couple alternatives. Like I use maple syrup, honey, just basically natural sweeteners that like they haven't been refined. Another good one is rice malt syrup. I use that a lot. With the sweeteners though, you've got to remember they're still sweeteners. So I went through this phase where I thought if I had like honey or rice malt syrup, I could just like have endless amounts because it was like healthy, whereas you still have to, like, it's still a sweetener, like still think of it as sugar. It's just like opt for this version of sugar, if that makes sense. Peanut butter. So instead of getting like your sort of like Kraft peanut butter, I grew up with Kraft, which is literally filled with crap and sugar and preservatives, just get like fully natural peanut butter. It's amazing. I just get like an organic peanut butter from my organic store, and it's just, it says 100% Australian peanuts. And like that's all you need. It still tastes bloody delicious. Last little swap I always make is almond meal or coconut flour instead of white flour. Again, white flour, just the nutrients and minerals and all the good stuff have been completely stripped back. Also, white flour has gluten in it if that upsets your stomach. So coconut and almond has no gluten. It's just like some little swaps that I make in the kitchen that is just like going towards the whole food instead of like the refined non-whole food, if that makes sense. And honestly, your taste buds, like when you first go from sugar-filled peanut butter to natural peanut butter, you obviously do notice a difference, but after a while your taste buds get used to the natural and actually like prefers the natural. It's just about making like little swaps like that that are obviously going to like nourish and actually like get some good stuff into your body. Also, with my ebook, I do have 3 recipes that I want to give you for free to try it before it even goes live. You'll be the first to try, see the layout of the ebook and all that sort of stuff. If you do want to try that, you just have to go into the description bar, and I've left a link which you press and then you put in your email, and then I will send you all the recipes. And also, if you guys have any more like healthy food swaps that you have done, like leave them in the comments and let me know. I'm always looking for like new stuff to try. Anyway, I have to run. Guys, this is Kimmy. Hello. Kimmy was one of my bridesmaids, and we legit haven't seen each other in like, how long do you reckon? It's not acceptable. It is not okay.
Even friends, like I just don't even know anymore. I haven't even given you a birthday card.
It is so bad, hey. And we're just having a bit of lunch. What have you got? Like a tuna salad?
Yeah, tuna salad, and I added the mushrooms.
That looks so good. And I've just got this like kind bowl. It has like falafel, avocado, mushrooms, pumpkin, other good shit. How cute is this restaurant? Look at the flowers. So it is around 6 o'clock. I actually had a really busy afternoon. I had quite a few like emails and stuff to get back to. I'm I'm going to make dinner. I'm going to make a HelloFresh meal. This is Chinese ginger beef and snow pea stir fry. Sounds pretty good. And as much as you guys know, I love cooking and I love being creative in the kitchen. The reason why HelloFresh has been such like a constant and consistent in my life is because it just makes it so much easier. Like I can literally work up to 6 p.m. and know that I've got ingredients in the fridge. I know exactly what I'm making for me and Tim for dinner, and I don't have to waste time prepping anything. I have all the ingredients. This says it takes 35 minutes, so literally dinner will be ready for us in 35 minutes. It just makes my life so much easier, and it's just 5 meals out of the week that I don't have to think about. You know how I was talking to you about like the healthy swaps I make? So even in my HelloFresh meals, it has soy sauce. So instead of using soy sauce, I'm using these coconut aminos. And this is dinner finish. So it's kind of like a beef stir fry. It looks delicious. There's some little peanuts on top. And yeah, so for me, HelloFresh is just like, it's about the convenience. So as always, I do have a 40% off discount code for you guys. If you want to try it on your first box, I will put it here. It's just Georgie40, and I will leave a link in the description bar. I'm just having my little night dessert. I've just got this sleepy tea. I find the sleep tea by Twinings is actually really good. Then I'm gonna have a slice of this. This is an actual recipe from my ebook, and it is called a double choc slice, and it is so delicious. There's all little interesting things in the base.
It's actually a double choc Ferrero slice.
Thanks, Tim. Ferrero slice, because there's like hazelnuts in them, but it's bloody delicious.
What's in those?
As you guys know, Tim doesn't eat healthy food, but he likes this recipe, don't you, Tim?
Yes.
I'm gonna wrap this vlog up here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.